Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. My name is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 8609 Wreckgar. Wreckgar is our new Generations Wreckgar mold from Transformers the movie. This is the first time I've actually ever owned a Wreckgar because Junkions have never super appealed to me, but I wanted to check this guy out. Let's get those nipples nice and pointy. And I think I'm pretty torn on this guy. The general Junkion aesthetic just doesn't work for me. That Mad Max motorcycle look is interesting, but not something that I super connect with. He is very unique, and I think for fans of the movie, I think Wreck-Gar is awesome. And then the fact that he's customizable in a certain way makes him an awesome army builder. He is big. I was very surprised by how large he is. Let's do a quick size comparison. Next to a deluxe car, I mean, we're talking, obviously not even close to any attempt at scale, but that's because we're focused on robot mode with Studio Series. I get that we're trying to get our robot modes as movie accurate as possible, which I respect, even if it's not for me. I think, if anything, this Wreck-Gar has made me curious about going and checking out the older generations Wreck-Gar and seeing how that works. But in terms of what he can do in motorcycle mode, I mean, he rolls. We can kick up these stands right here, put this back on his back, and that falls off all the time. He rolls just fine. I mean, he's got these big spikes on his tread, so that whole thing. But yeah, I think he does what a motorcycle needs to do, and you can put other figures on top of him, which we can demonstrate right now. So I just grabbed whatever I had on the shelf that I kind of remembered had been in a scene with Wreck-Gar before. So here is Hot Rod with the Defender armor as Hot Rodimus Prime, and I feel like that's about accurate for size. Here's a deluxe. Here is Cup. And you can see with the deluxes, even the larger ones like Cup here, the feet don't go all the way down, like you'd want them to. Wreck-Gar does seem a bit big for a deluxe figure. He does seem to fit the Voyagers pretty well. Here is Kingdom Optimus Primal. You can get him seated on here and put the handlebars in his hands, no problem. And yeah, that seems pretty accurate. I like the way that looks right there. I think if I was to display Wreck-Gar like this, I'd make sure I picked a Voyager figure of some sort. And that's really what Wreck-Gar is here to do in alt mode. His transformation is pretty simple, especially for a Voyager. I think I was expecting a little more complexity, but he does have some interesting bits. We'll go ahead and get him transformed. First, we're going to come in and we're going to pop off these wheels. We just separate out and remove those on each side. On the front and then on the back, we're going to pop out the feet, which will let us split and take out the wheel right here. We can close up his kickstand, straighten out his feet, and there are his legs basically done. We're going to come up top and we're going to remove the arms from these tabs here. There's a slot here that goes into this tab right here. Lets us fold out these arm sections, lets us pull down and out his chest, folding down the motorcycle canopy. We can bring the handlebars back. We are going to flip up this section, the seat of the motorcycle, which will kind of build his waist joint. We can click that into place. Oop, normally it clicks in a little more loudly. A click is a click. Now we can come in and we can collapse and close out his torso here. Let me make sure I'm doing this part correctly. We've got these two tabs here, and the torso is going to collapse in. There we go. I was missing that double joint. I was wondering what was happening there. So this gray joint here, you want to collapse in between the motorcycle canopy and his, I guess, like inner torso piece. And that lets us get these two slots here and these two tabs here connected. And here's Wreck-Gar. All we got to do left is flip out his hands, which on my copy do want to stick in there. There we go. And yeah, this is the base Wreck-Gar robot mode. And you note here, I mean, it is pretty animation accurate. We've got the wheels and we've got his weapon. The nice thing about the wheels is you can kind of stick them wherever. He's got these big spikes, which I will mention, my spike's a little warped. I tried warming this up with hot water and trying to straighten out. It didn't really work as well. The two front spikes seem pretty warped. The back leg, the leg spikes don't seem warped at all. But yeah, so you can stick these wheel pieces wherever. So if you're trying to build up little armory builders of Junkions, you can kind of put these wheels wherever. And then I'm sure Toy Hacks has repro labels that you can put to give the body detailing different styles. But here is the Studio Series Wreck-Gar in his robot mode with his wheels kind of where you'd expect them. And I think he looks all right. I think there's some quality issues on my end. And then I think he just, because they're trying to go movie accurate and animation accurate, he looks a little plain. But first, let's put him up against his background. I think that looks fine. Again, he matches those Junkion colors really, really well. I do like that they've added this matte plastic, these matte grays, this matte, I don't know what you call that, like auburn maybe, some sort of orange. But yeah, I just wish that he had some more like silver detailing or something, and I recognize that's just not how he was in the movie. I will also say I don't love the head sculpt. It feels like there's like, not feels, you can see this hole in his chin where his goatee doesn't match the chin. That doesn't look great to me. I do like the painted eyes. I like his head design in general. They are just the missing piece of brown plastic that's making his goatee look weirder than it normally does is really unfortunate. Other than that, I think he looks, you know, all right. Again, it's just one of those things where the Junkion aesthetic just doesn't click with me. I was looking forward to this guy originally because I hadn't had a Junkion before, and the Generations Junkions, I didn't like the asymmetrical, weird, like the way the bike transformed. But now I'm a little curious about checking that one out, because this version I think doesn't do it for me. In terms of articulation, it's still pretty nice. He's got good head wiggle here, go up and down, side to side, swivel, all that. The arms go out plenty. I do really like that the articulation includes when you come out on the shoulder. There's plastic here kind of filling out that gap. I like that a lot. There is bicep swivel here. The arms, they can go backwards and forwards, no problem, due to transformation needs and all that stuff. So arms are plenty articulated. No forearms swivel, but there is a wrist swivel here. The waist can swivel just fine, and as a result of transformation, you can get a pretty good downward crunch there if you're willing to separate out the mold a little bit. The saddlebags go out of the way. The wheel gets in the way from him doing the full splits, but you can go the full splits and then put the wheel back on top if you want to be cheeky about it, so no worries there. He kicks out just fine. He kicks back plenty. Nice 90 degree on the bend. Again, the knee can go both ways, just like the elbows. And I like this two-tone plastic here. We do get some ankle tilt that's hidden away in those feet to help him look all menacing. He does have his little weapon attachment, his, I guess, like a whirling axe or whatever you want to call it. The nipples do articulate, so he can shoot everywhere. And yeah, I think overall it's a neat toy. I'm curious to see if I will like the eventual, I'm sure they're going to army build this guy as Junkions. I wonder if I'll like that version better than Wreck-Gar. One thing that did really surprise me, I mean, we saw how big he is in his motorcycle mode. I know the Junkions were like tall in the movie, but it feels like Wreck-Gar is tall in general. If I put him next to like some of the characters that he appeared next to, these are not obviously all like Studio Series molds, but here we've got a deluxe Voyager Rodimus, Deluxe RC, Leader Ultra Magnus, and Voyager Springer. I guess because I never owned the Siege Springer, maybe that's a better comparison. But he does feel just big, and I think I want, because, and it's a weird thing, I think Junkions are supposed to be this tall, and this is correct, obviously. But for my personal tastes, because Junkions all become motorcycles, I want Wreck-Gar to be shorter. I want him to be deluxe size. So I think what this Wreck-Gar has made me curious about is checking out the Generations Junkion mold, and I'll have to do that. I will say I'm going to keep this mold for now and see what comes out in Studio Series when they do their Troop Builder, because I can't imagine you make a Wreck-Gar without also doing Junkions. But originally I ordered this and I got 2 because I thought that I'd just flip the wheels around and have like 2 different Junkions with some stickers. But because I'm not super into the mold, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. So this is going to be a giveaway. I've got a sealed Wreck-Gar right here. And I'm gonna do this as a giveaway video. It's just like all my other giveaways. I'll ask a question, you answer it in the comments and say you want to enter the giveaway, and then I will draw a winner 1 week from today and announce it in my next review video. For Wreck-Gar, I think, like, it's tough because, like, I don't know a ton about Junkions. I guess my question is going to be, what's your favorite version of Wreck-Gar? I think I liked animated Wreck-Gar more than G1 Wreck-Gar. And I know there's been a couple different versions, like he's been in comics and all that stuff. The movie didn't click with me as much. So yeah, out there to everyone, did everyone like G1 Wreck-Gar, or is there another version of Wreck-Gar that you liked instead? That's the question of the day for the giveaway. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya!